Hey, what up, my peeps? You got the Sarge coming at you, fresh back from the Brownwater Bash. Well, it's been over about a little over a week, about a week and a half now, and I was just waiting till I put out this video because I wanted to, let Ed at Roll to Win, go ahead and put out the initial recap on it. I didn't want to get out over my skis, like they say, and so this is my trip report of the Brownwater Bash in Biloxi, as seen from my vantage point. I know Ed has just put out his recap, so this is going to be just a brief recap from my vantage point of how things went down in Biloxi. Well, first off, I flew out of here from Killeen, went up to Dallas, and when me and my wife, when we fly into Dallas, we always try to time our flight, so that there's enough time for us to have dinner at our favorite restaurant up there, which is Papados. Papados in, what is it, Concord D, up at DFW, and excellent seafood. So we we flew in there, we had dinner, and by the time we left out and got into Biloxi that Friday evening, was about, we got into Biloxi right at 7:30. I think most of the crew, a lot of people was already in town and stuff. So we got in, took a taxi from the airport. In the past, I took Uber, but you know what? When you step out of Biloxi Airport, there's a whole chain of taxi out front instead of going through the whole ride share thing, and they charge pretty much the same as a Uber, if not less. So anyhow, took a taxi, got made our way over to the Beau Rivage, and normally, we like staying. My wife likes staying at the Beau. I like staying at the Beau. I think last year we stayed at the Hard Rock, but again, this time we ended up staying at the Beau. And guys, I want to tell you, the Beau is a lovely place. I used to love the craps table there, and besides the whole atmosphere and the ambiance of being at the Beau, as they call it, uh, what is it, the Bellagio of the South, something to that effect. Uh, like I said, I used to like tables, but now since then, I quickly found out they have totally reconfigured the tables. They changed the underlayment on the tables, and I quickly found that out as soon as I got in and made my way down to the craps pit that Friday evening. Uh, I didn't touch base with anyone. I think I texted the guys and let them know that I was in town, that I had gotten, anybody that was at Bellagio, at the Beau, told them I was going to be on the craps table. Come on over, and I got on the table, and let's see, it was a $25 table, yeah, $25 table, and it was regular craps. And the minute the dice came to me, and I did got my first toss in, I was like, okay, something ain't right. This is not the same table. Before the dice would land on the table, neutral bounce, you get a nice solid clack, and you know, this time around, the dice would just hit the table and take off like a rocket and wouldn't stop rolling. And no matter what I did, I mean, I made a few adjustments, and I don't know, whatever type of material they got underneath there, they really got me on that one there. It's very bouncy. So I'm just gonna put this out to anyone. If you're gonna play craps, think twice about playing at the Beau Rivage in Biloxi, because their table is bouncy as shit, and most of the guys would, I'm sure, would agree with me. But anyhow, yeah, I think first I got on the table, bought in for about 700, and after two or three hands, quickly found myself down in the hole, down like 500 right out the gate. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And I was like, okay, not good. Played a little bit more than I got off the table, walked around, went chatted with the old lady. She was back there in her slots. Looked around, see if I seen any of Brown Water Bash crew, any face that I could recognize over there at the bowl. And finally, when I came after walking around, came back to the table, I was able to hook up with a. We had a crew on the table that was there. Jamie, I want to say Dr. Yank, Ryan, Mark the Point, uh, and I think there was one other cat. I'm bad with names, but it was at least maybe 4 or 5 of us on the table. I know I'm forgetting 2 more names that's right on the tip of my tongue, but anyhow, so they were down on one end, and actually I was shooting a little out of position that time too, cause I was down at the end, trying to. I tried different position table to see if I could get anything going, and I could not get that chop to land right at all over there at the bowl. And then finally, when the rest of the crew showed up, and I seen those guys don't. We all was having second thoughts about that table because I watch Jamie, Ryan, Doctor Yank. Uh, Again, none of the guys in the crew, none of us could get a decent roll going. You know, if you got past 5 or 6 roll, you was doing damn good. So anyhow, after a while, those guys got frustrated like I did, and we all just colored up and left the table. And then, yeah, I think I probably went linked up with, well, no, me and that's who it was. I can't remember his name, but we walked back over to the Hard Rock because I wanted to take a look at the table that was going to be playing on the next day. The private table. I'm sure Ed talked about that in his recap. So anyhow, I walked over there and took a look at the table and was able to. The table was empty. This was about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We walked over there, and cause he had his truck parked down there. I am so bad with names. His name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it for the life of me. real good dude too. And we had a nice chat on our way walking over there. Anyhow, when we got over to the Hard Rock, I got on the that 14-foot behemoth that was gonna be playing on that Sunday, the private table, and I think my first roll had maybe a 1 or 2 roller, if not PSO. Then the second roll, second hand, I made an adjustment and had a nice about 13 roll. It was in the mid-teens, so I was like, okay, I felt good, you know. Okay, so I knew what position where I needed to be placed at, what felt comfortable shooting from that position. So I was good to go with that. So yeah, left there, took went back over to the bowl. By this time it's like coming up on 3 in the morning. I want to do a coffee run with some of the fellas, but hell, at this stage I'm up so late till old dark 30. I'm like, that ain't happening. So anyhow, walked back up over there, got in the bubble crap machine, got my mojo going, and was able to claw back the same 6, 7. Well, I was down about 600, 700, and I think I was able to win back about 5 of it in the bubble crap machine, just sitting there, doing my little strategy, if you can call it that. But anyhow, I got some of it back, so was still down about maybe $200 on the night, so that wasn't too bad. Then the next day, that Saturday morning, me and the wife did room service. Guys, I am not a big morning person unless you tell me we're gonna do a coffee run and it's planning that night, and I know that everybody's gonna be there like at 5 o'clock in the morning, like we did in Vegas when George from CY and the rest of the crew was there. Other than that, I am not getting out of bed till about 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man. That's that's just me. It's built in the retired. Like, oh, did I mention repping tonight? Roll to win. Hey, how about that? Practice like you play, play like you practice. So anyhow, so yeah, that afternoon was gonna be the meet and greet. That Saturday afternoon. I think everybody was texting back and forth. I talked to Mr. Yo, and we had made plans to meet up with him, uh, but we just decided we'll just wait till we get to the meet and greet, and got over there. And man, the meet and greet, guys, I'm gonna say this. You know, playing craps has opened up a world of camaraderie and friendship to so many people that I now have in my life that I consider very good friends, and I look forward to seeing you guys each year. You know, this once a year thing that we do at the Brownwater Bash. Maybe we can get together more often. I know Big Easy does his meetups in Vegas, and I haven't been to any of HSC, but you know, I'll try and get out there a little bit more often, man. But of course, you know, it costs money to get out there and do these things. But anyhow, I digress. So the meet and greet was that afternoon over at back over at the Hard Rock. So left my wife in the room. She was watching a basketball game, and I walked over back to the Hard Rock. Went down there and got hooked up with the crew. Hey, it was nice to, like I said, that was the highlight of my one of the highlight of my trip was the meet and greet, because you know, just getting to meet like-minded people, good people, and shake your hand. And you know, I know, by the way, I did bring along my box of chip. I was handing out chips. So you know, I don't think I'm worthy of a chip, but yeah, a lot of folks was happy to get a chip from me finally. And you know, it felt good to, you know, finally give out a chip with the Sarge on it, you know. Yeah. On the backside, of course, get the hard shit out the way. So yeah. So yeah, linked up in the VIP lounge with Ed and the crew. We shot the breeze with everybody. I don't want to start getting into names because I can't remember all the names, but I'm sure Jeff and Ed have all the pictures and stuff, and you know, we'll talk more about that. I'm sure Ed probably did. I haven't watched his recap yet, but I'm sure he probably may have put some pictures in there and elaborated on that stuff. But I'll just say the meet and greet was excellent. I had a great time. Rub elbows with the best of them, and the real highlight of the meet and greet for me was just as it started winding down. Guess who walked in? Mudslide Mac. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, it was a pleasure to finally meet that gentleman. And Mudslide Mac is everything that he is cracked up to be on film. He is smooth, laid back, just an awesome guy. I really, really enjoyed chatting with Mudslide Mac. And he had his sidekick with him, his partner. I think he goes by, much like Dr. Random. I think that's what he goes by. So I could be wrong, but yeah, and that was another nice gentleman. We got a chance to chat with both of them there to meet and greet. Then later on that evening, got a little bit more time to. I think it was me, Mudslide Mac, Jeff, Ed, a few of us was there. You know, got a chance to have a little sidebar and was just chatting. So it that was great. That was really, really great to just sit down and you know, chat with Mudslide and you know, the rest of the crew, and I really enjoyed that. So yep, that really made the trip worth all the while and some. Because to me, Mudslide Mike he's a legend, and I respect him. I look up to him, and I've learned a lot from him. and to finally meet him was just the icing on the cake, you know. So yeah, kudos to Mudslide. Now the only regret I do have is that I didn't get to play any craps with him on the same table. It just seemed like, you know, there was always so much going on of trying to do this and that, and I didn't get a chance to literally play with Mudslide on the same table. With the one time, well, I'll get to that there in a minute. But anyhow, so so okay, the meet and greet that went great. Then finally, I think we started. You know, everybody's the meet and greet lasted about 2 hours or so, and about 5 o'clock, I think we all maybe 5 6 o'clock started breaking up and going out on the floor. So I got on one of the tables. I think the crapless crap table, uh, out at the Hard Rock Cafe, and you know, I bought in 500 something and just wanted to get a couple of rolls in, see if I could get something going. So the dice went. Let's see who else was on that table. Because since we had just kind of disseminate, all our guys was, you know, we didn't get to commandeer one table with just us. It was a mixture of different people. But I do remember Georgia Girl was on the table. Uh, Mr. Yo's friend, who's now my good friend, Peter, that's my homeboy from St. Croix, that Mr. Yo's always talking about, was there along with his wife. I think her name is Angelica. I bad with name. Let's see, and who else? Did, there was one other guy. Oh boy, and me and him was talking in the airport. What I think his name is Max. I think he goes by Max. Okay. If you know uh, Eon Ewan that shoot with us, Dracula, he almost sounds a little like Dracula when he speaks. Okay, and I think he goes by Max. But anyhow, so okay, we're all on table shooting. The dice finally comes around to me. I done bought in, 6 8 everyone, got a couple of bets going, and finally the dice came to me. I go to my I don't know, the 6 5 6 5 6 5 6 5 5 6 set kissing threes, and I get the dice, and I go into my chopper toss and started. Guys, them dice were laying down proper, and I'll say, Cashier Cage would be saying, yeah, he putting them on that Persian rug right now, laying down like a Persian prince was throwing them. They were just rolling up and tapping the back wall ever so slightly. Now, after about this fifth, sixth roll, the pit boss started giving me heat. He's like, hey, sir, you need to hit the back wall. I'm like, okay, did he really just say that to me? Because, guys, this one, my dice are literally going up to the back wall, okay? And just tapping the back wall. So, again, I'm probably on roll number 7 or 8, something like that. I do the same thing, land the dice about 36 inches from the back wall and let them trickle up to the back wall, and they just lightly kiss the back wall and sit there. He's like, sir, you need to hit the back wall. Okay, the first time I didn't say anything. Now I said, sir, I'm hitting the back wall. Okay, he's like, no, you need to hit the back wall. I'm like, okay, now he's getting a little bit in my head, but I'm like, screw that. I know I'm hitting the back wall, and I'm not changing anything. So I take the dice, do the same shit. The dice lay down perfect. Again, they just trickle up to the back wall, perfect. He's like, sir, I warned you. We're gonna take the dice from you if you do that again. I'm like, dude, what the hell? I'm hitting the back wall. Now I'm really, I'm pissed now, and my game is starting to get off because I'm bitching with the pit boss. I got it. It's their casino, their game. They make the rules, and I'm not one for being confrontational or anything. But if I wasn't hitting the back wall, different story. However, the dice was going down and lightly tapping the back wall. Not one dice, both dice. Anyhow, by this time I'm pissed. Okay, and of course, about the next roll, it was a 3-4-7 out. And guess what? The dice didn't hit the back wall. One of them didn't hit the back wall. I was like, well, hell, they didn't hit the back wall that time. When you call it no roll and dash? He's like, you don't play anymore. I'm like, okay, screw you. I ain't paid him no attention. I'm like, done with him. So I think I turned around, was chatting with someone. One of the guys came over. I think Georgia girl or Peter. Somebody came and said, "Man, your dice was laying down proper." I don't know, cause they was down on that end of the table watching the dice literally die at the back wall, and so it was like, "Man, you did nothing wrong. Your dice was laying down proper. We don't know what his problem was." I was like, "Oh, no issues, cool." So then by the time I got back on the table, turned around, they did a pit boss change. So the new pit boss is there. So I think by that time, everybody, I think after that little hubbub with me and the pit boss, everybody colored up. So there's only like maybe one or two guys on the table, and I figure, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one more hand because everybody else just called it a day, and so the dice go to the guy down in the end, to my right, and he says, "No, I don't want the dice. Pass them." And the stick pushed the dice over to me, and the new pit boss says, "No, he doesn't get the dice." I'm like, "What the?" I say, "You know what? Yeah, take me down. Give me back. Give my money. I think I put some money out there on the ATM. I said, take me down. Just give my money back. I'm out." And so, yeah, yours truly got heat from the stick for the chopper, okay? And it wasn't about the dice didn't hit the back wall or anything. It was because he didn't like the toss, okay? He wanted me to, I guess, slam the dice against the back wall, and that is just not something that's done with the chopper. You guys see me throw it, the characteristics of it, and yeah. So yes, and I had everybody was in my corner, and it spreaded like wildfire. That Sarge caught heat from the pit for tossing the chopper. No shit, it did happen. Okay, and you want to hear about it? Ask Georgia girl. Ask Georgia girl. Ask Max. All they were on the table. Peter, a couple of the folks was there on the table too, and I think was Mr. Yo on the table. Not sure if Mr. Yo was on the table then, but yeah, it spread it like wildfire, and everybody found out that I caught heat. So, but that pit boss was a wanker. So anyhow. But I heard he's supposed to be a good guy. Some of the guys say but not in my book. Anyhow, so that was Saturday evening on the table there. Didn't have much action. I had made plans to link up with Mudslide Mac and Mr. Yo over at Harrah's to do a session over there that later on that evening. And so got dinner, and then made my way, went over to the bowl, linked up with the wife, made sure she was good to go, break her off some cash. She was staying there to do her slot thing. So I thought that little trolley bus that goes from hotel to hotel, ran like, all night since it was a weekend. Huh. Lo and behold, I'm down there at 9 o'clock waiting for the little bus to pull up, and I noticed, okay, the bus seemed to be taking a long time, but there's a schedule there, and yeah, I couldn't see the damn schedule, but there was a phone number, so I called the phone number. I like, sir, could you tell me when the next bus is gonna pull up here at the bus station? He like, oh, we stopped running. We stopped running at 8:30. I was like, on the weekends? He like, yeah, the last bus comes through there like 8:50, and it's 9 o'clock. So I was like, okay, really? Anyhow, lucky for me, just about that time, I called Mr. Yo and told him the dilemma I was in, and he just happened to be leaving the Hard Rock Cafe just then, and him and his lovely wife Rebecca was able to. They pulled right up at the bus stop. They was literally leaving then, and they pulled up at the bus stop and gave me a ride. Took me over to Harrah's. So, which I was going over there to hook up with him anyhow. So I think they had just got back off their boat ride that they had just went on for a little what do they call it, a dinner cruise or dinner time boat ride or something like that. But so anyhow, we got over there to Harrah's. The I got linked up with Mr. Yo, okay, and the rest of the crew over there. I think it was Peter. That's my homeboy from St. Croix. Like you guys know, of course, I'm from St. Thomas. He's from St. Croix. Big up the VI. That's us, the Virgin Islands. Hence, Sarge, the VI guy. I don't put the "the" in there. It just says Sarge VI guy. What it really should have been is Sarge, the VI guy, because I'm the guy from the VI, Virgin Islands. So anyhow, enough said about that. So we were all on the crapless crap table, and I had a couple of decent rolls. Me, Mr. Yo, Peter, I think Max, the whole crew that's normally up in Cherokee with Mr. Yo, and so I was shooting with those guys. And then lo and behold, looked over on the other table next to me. A Mudslide Mac was over there. So went over there and say hi to Mudslide, and the intent was I really wanted to shoot there with Mudslide. However, the stick right position, my position at table was taken, but over on the table, Mr. Yo, the crapless crap, it was open. So, well, naturally, I migrated more to that table, and I was hoping. I kept looking over the table where Mudslide Mac was at, hoping that that position would come open and I could go there and shoot with him some, but it never opened up. And then I looked back over eventually, and he might have migrated to another table or something, and I missed him that evening. So, but yeah, so we I stayed there and played some more crapless with Mr. Yo and the crew. That was fun. Mr. Yo, Mr. Yo, the energy god. He brings the energy. Just any table he's on, man, it's positive, good stuff. And we did good. Had some nice rolls. Peter had some nice roll. Peter's wife made the. I think she hit the bonus, one side of it. I had just walked up to the table then, hadn't gotten the table when she made the bonus. I think I might have been over there talking to Mudslide at that time. But so that was cool. And everybody shot decent, shot well. When dice came around to me, I got a couple of decent rolls and nothing to write home about. Just a couple of good solid rolls. And I left over there after playing a few hours with Mr. Yo and the crew. Probably, I want to say break even Yeah, I about broke even, kind of yo-yo up and down, couldn't really get anything going. And you know what really puts you ahead is if you could hit the bonus. Other than that, it's basically betting your hand and regressing or hoping for a long hand, which you know wasn't able to reap the benefits of either rider. So that night, made my way back over, left, said you know peace out to Mr. Yo and the crew, and went back over to the bowl and went looked at the craps table again. After I just looked at the table, I was like, I'm not even going to waste my time playing on those tables anymore. I just looked at people, you know, winging and flinging them, and even winging and flinging, trying to see, let's see if anybody can get a real decent roll going. And no, okay, I didn't see any roll that progressed probably past a 7 or 8 roll, and I just kept kind of was spectating then. And in the past, I've seen uh, good practice shooters or some of their locals go in there and have some nice rolls. That was last year and the year before. This year, because of the underlayment change that they had there, them dice was just bouncing all over the place. I was like, yeah, no, I'll go back play play a little bubble crap. By this time it's about 1, 2 in the morning. And I got in a bubble crap machine, played a little one maybe $100 or something, and say call it a night. As I was like, yeah, not giving it back. So, and then that basically led into the highlight of the trip the next day, which was going to be the private table. Okay, the second highlight, that Sunday evening. So I got into bed, chilled out, didn't do anything that day till I made my way over to the Hard Rock, right at 4 o'clock when we got in the table, linked up with Ed and the crew. We had some great shooters. Now again, this is all from my vantage point. We all got on the table right at 4 o'clock. The dice came to me. You know, the guys asked me if I want to shoot first. I'm like, yeah, sure, what the hell not. Probably a big mistake, because I hate dice that are sharp, and especially on that material that we was on the old felt material instead of the microfiber. The dice was really digging in. So I had already had a couple of sessions on that table from the Friday night when I got in. So I was familiar where I needed to be at. My toss technique that I was going to employ, which was going to be the what I was calling the rail slide chopper, as opposed to the rock and release. And those of y'all who see me, did my note to self video, will know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, the first toss, dice lay down proper. Second toss, I think I set a point of 5. Buck shot it, came back, hit the point of 5. Everybody, yeah, way to go, Sarge. Next point, set the point of like 8 PSO. So PPSO. And guys, outside of shooting at the bow and with Mr. Yo, this was the only other time I was shooting the table, and overall I did not shoot well. Okay, matter of fact, on the private table, the second time the dice came to me, again I PPSO'd, set the point, then Buck shot it, then 7 out. I think I might have did that the third time. I think I just flat out PSO'd. And by this time, I'm really getting frustrated. And so I get with, I think by this time, well, I'll say, I haven't seen Ed's video, but I will say, after myself, the dice went to G. And G, Gargoyle laid down a hell of a roll. Excellent roll, that got us going. I didn't help the cause any at all. Second, I think after me, it went to Oz, I mean, after G, it went to Oz, then kind of made its way down. Ed, uh, uh, what's his name? Rock, okay. Rock had some great roles there. Jeff shot excellent too. Jeff did well, okay. Uh, then the dice came back around, and so again, after the third time of me with a short roll, I got real frustrated. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, I can't get shit going. So I called G over to the side, and me and G had a little consultation. You know, he's like, hey, just think about it. This ain't nothing but life fantasy crap, man. You know, this is just another session. And I told him, I said, hey, G, you know what? I'm thinking about going to the all seven set, you know, the all winner set. Because my dice, no matter, the first time I went out, I was using permeated 3V, you know, one dice, click back a quarter turn from its regular 2-3-6-3. And then after that, I went to a regular 3V, okay, 2-3-6-3. Then no matter what, the dice, they were digging in, and they would not land and skip and trickle up to the back wall proper. So G said, you know what, that's probably not a bad idea. He's like, yeah. Then he called myself and Dr. Yang and a couple. He's like, guys, you know what, you guys should try the all seven set. Really go with that. So about that time, G and a couple of the other guys was going to dinner, and myself, Justice Jen, Dr. Yank, Ryan, and Lou, yeah, Sweet Lou, I think we're all on the table, okay? And so the dice went to Justice Jen. She had a short roll. Lou had a short roll. Came when it went to Dr. Yank, he went straight to the all seven set. And let me tell you, Doc, he laid down a hell of a roll. That roll was a nice. He had a 21 roller, okay. So after he finally sevened out and made some good money. Don't get me wrong, made good money on everyone as we was going through, and the dice came to me. I went to that all seven set, and man, oh man, you know, it wasn't anything with my mechanics, it was just the set. Because when I went to that all seven set, lights out. I shot a 21. That was the first and only decent roll I had down there. And I was betting, okay? And my my technique that I was using, my strategy, if you want to call it that, was I would go 180 on a 6 and 8, and put quarters and everything else. And after 2 hits on the 6 and 8, quickly regress and just go up from there. Just start pressing, collecting, and it worked out nicely. I think a time or two, especially with my roll, I stayed up after I set the point. I stayed up for maybe three, maybe 4 hits. So that worked out nice. So, while I'm at it, what I'm gonna say is the picture that I'm gonna post, that you'll see posted with this trip report, is my winnings, okay, after coloring up from the after coloring up from the table, okay, from a private table. That was my winnings, okay, and there you go. And so basically walked away up 2 G's on that, but I didn't want to let that slip by. So anyhow, let's see. So the dice, after my 21 roller, I think somewhere probably by my 10th roll or so, I think some of the guys that came back from dinner, Ed, Oz, Gargoyle, Jeff, a few of the guys came back, and I'm hot, man. I am hot. I'm burning it up. I'm on a heater, in the middle of a heater, and so they think a couple of them I bought in real quick when I hit the point a time or two, and was able to catch a little the tail end of it. But Justice Jen, Lou, Dr. Yang, Ryan, the guys that was on the table from the initial start that was there, they actually got the full sting of it. So that was nice. Then after I finally sevened out, like I said, I asked Justice Jen later on, what was the roll count? She's like 21. I was like, damn, okay. And cause she was like, none of you guys can get over 21. That's what Dr. Yank had. Okay, then I think Jen had a nice roll after me. Well, it went to Oz. He had a decent roll. It went to Jen. Then it went back down to Rock. Rock had a nice roll again, and then it went to Ed, and Ed got on a heater. Ed got on a heater from hell. I tell you what, yes, I think I Ed, and I'm not sure. I'm gonna tell you what I seen from my vantage point. I think he was shooting maybe out of stick left two before, maybe even it might have been stick left one, but he took and went back, moved himself back closer to the hook, so he had to put more. He was able to put more power in his shot, and man, them guys was laying down beautiful. Ed got in a heater, and he was hitting on those come outs. He was hitting those horn numbers, and everybody was pressing him, and yeah, and I dare say I think Ed rolled a 21, So yeah, after his roll, it was getting late. I had my flight out was like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I said I said my goodbyes to everybody, and colored up to the tune of like I said, up 2K from my buy-in. So that felt good, and that basically rounded me out for Biloxi. That was profit for the whole trip. I think when I went back, okay, so yeah, made my way back over to the bow after saying farewell to everyone, and was tempted to play a little bit more, but I wasn't. If anything, would have been bubble crap. I was like, yeah, no. I just went over to the bar, sat down, looked up on the top shelf, and said, yeah, that Crown, that Crown Royal, what was it? The Crown Royal Reserve. Yeah. I was like, let me get a double shot that Crown Reserve you got there. So yeah, actually I was looking for Johnny Blue. I was looking for some Johnny Blue label to sit there at the bar, and guys, let me tell you, I sat there at that bar and just sipped on that and just enjoy the moment. It's normally we find ourselves down the dump, fighting, trying to recover, and trying to win, and when you win, so you just kick back and enjoy the moment. So that's what I did. I did exactly that, and that was cool. So yep. Got up to the room, went to see what the old lady was up to. Broke off. Had to pay the vig. Broke her off some cash there. About 5, 6, and yeah. Then we left out at 7. 7. Left out. We had a pickup at 4 o'clock in the morning. The taxi cab driver, nice guy. I forgot what his name was, but Mark, I think. But anyhow, he had gave me his card, so we had already set it up, so he was gonna be there to pick us up. Got downstairs at 4 o'clock. Buddy was sitting there with the door wide open. He's like, "Come on in, sir, ma'am." Like, it don't get no better than that. Good service, right there, 4 o'clock in the morning. So checked out, made our way to the airport, and made it back home to uh, Killeen, Texas, by 10 that morning. Yeah, about 11 o'clock. So, yeah, yeah. Overall, the trip was a success. Uh, it always feels good when you leave the casino with all the money that you went in there with and a little bit of theirs. So, what can I say, guys? The Brownwater Bash was awesome. Ed, thanks to you, buddy, for putting it on. Uh, Hell, hopefully you get to do it one more time. Come on, man. So, I'm just gonna give a shout out to a couple of people here. Gargoyle G, you kept us in the game, kept me in the game. G shot excellent. Oz, great shooter. Like I said, guys, I'll be the first to admit my shooting was not on par. I was not pulling my weight on the reserve table, and I felt kind of bad. I'm gonna say it. I felt kind of bad. I know. Everybody can't do. You can't do well all the time, but you wanna contribute, and it just didn't feel like I was doing much. Matter of fact, that's why I told the guys, hey, if we got anybody in the wings waiting that want to get on the table, I'll just gracefully bow out, man, because every time I touched those dice, I could not get anything going until I went to that all winner set, and man, I finally got them to lay down proper. So that was a nice recovery. Needed that. It was great to again finally to hook up with Mr. Yo and shoot with him, and good dude. Got to meet his buddy Peter and Mrs. Yo, Rebecca. It was nice. I think all the wives was back there chatting at one point, so that was cool. And then getting to see old Jeff, old Jeffy, Jeff, my boy, my buddy. Love you to death, Jeff. And everybody else, man. Oz, pleasure's always mine to seeing you, man. And again, wish I had got to shoot on a table and just chills with Mudslide Mike, but the few precious moments I got to spend with him and just chat was priceless, totally priceless. So I think that being said, and I gotta give a big shout out to Justice Jen. Justice Jen is she keeps the crew straight. She keeps everybody in line. So hey, appreciate you, Justice Jen. And hey guys, too many names to call, but I'm sure Jeff is gonna be posting pictures and talking through everything else. But I just wanted to give you my trip report as seen from my vantage point, and it was awesome. Had a great time at Brownwater Bash, and guess what? Looking forward to doing it again, hopefully next year. Ed, it's up to you, buddy. Need to make it happen. All right, hey, until next time, y'all stay safe. Been the Saj, peace out. Take care, my peeps. Saj out.